Red Doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a...
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. More now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Tua sets up to pass it. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. They find some open field here. A little juke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there. A big one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. First and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Tua. Buying time, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, Allen rolling to his right. He hits Beasley right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Allen to Beasley, 1st down, Buffalo. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a 1st down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
And if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great. But no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle it and get him on the ground short of the 1st down marker.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. Cole Beasley. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
he would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Second and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
To return is McKenzie. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams.
They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown on the season, and the Bills have taken the lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. Now he'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa steps away to his left, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 3 down, 3 down.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An NFL update, 2nd quarter now in Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a throw here, hauled in. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bills will extend their lead. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch the pass. 31's the mic. Ready? 31's the mic.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Rondale Moore, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, it's McKenzie. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Forced out to his left. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands? And off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. McKenzie returning it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Allen. Dancing to his left. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills on just 2 plays have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Tua now on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
31's the mic. Watch it. Here we go. Set.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And some space here. He's at the 30, the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will put them on top here in the third. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action, now it's Tua. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
31's the mark. Exit.
Looking to pass. Tua. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jerry Hughes picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Michael Palardy now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Four-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you... And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Allen now looks to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Karl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3 tight ends up front here, third and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Set to return it, here's Moore. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The end result, 21 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Devin Singletary is certainly capable of breaking off some big runs, and he got loose on a big one there. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
On first down, Dobbins. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a carry for Dobbins.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
44, Mike, 44. He's scared.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Rondale Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. On the return, it's McKenzie. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. 30. Still going past the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A 93-yard kickoff return. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Bass on for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Bills 48, Dolphins 41.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Hey, Green. 31's the mic.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
31's the mic. Grand cycle. Watch the twist. 31's the mic. Man out.
From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. J.K. Dobbins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They'll get 34 yards there.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
On 1st down, Allen. Got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Again, it'll be Singletary. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 4th and goal here in a tie ball game. He'll buy some time right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
157 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now Tua.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down.
Touchdown, Bills! Cole Beasley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tua to throw.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Taron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Now they'll try to run it in with Singletary.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Taron Johnson able to pick it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, Allen. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Allen again.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now on 2nd and 16.
Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to go up top again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
At the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one